In Goto, I was completely overwhelmed. I baptized over 100 adults and children, heard confessions without number. But it was from Kichijiro that I felt the greatest need. You did not take the rosary.
I did not deserve it.
Why? Because you denied God?
Yes. But only to live. My whole family, the Inquisitor Inoue, wanted us to give up our faith. Stamp on Jesus with our foot. Just once, just first. But they would not. But I did. But I could not abandon them, even if I had abandoned God. So I watched them die. Wherever I go, I see the fire and smell the flesh. When I saw you and Padre Carpe for the first time, I started to believe that God might take me back. Because in my dreams, the fire was no longer so bright.
You want me to hear your confession now?
Bless me, Padre, for I have sinned.
Those 6 days at Goto and Kichijiro's renewal of faith made me feel that my life was of value and that I could really be of use to people in this country at the ends of the earth.
Men from the Inquisitor, there in the village, they took Kichiro. さあ、こちらへ。
お前らの中にこやつと同じキリシタンが潜んでるという訴えがあった。
わしら年貢場を怠ったことはなかです。お上の言いつけで土下きつか仕事でも精一杯やっております。仏様にもお仕えしております。
お前らが善良であることはよく心得ておる。 我らが捉えたいのは金星のキリシタンを未だ信じる者とそやつらをかくまっている者だけだ。いずれ突き止められようが。褒美をやる。これだけの銀だ。
こわばった顔するでない。3日与えよ
なおとげ。3日を与える。こやつは話してやる。だが3日のうちに沙汰がなければこの者に加え3人人質を取る。人質4人は長崎へ引っ立てる。そのうちの1人はお前だ。行くぞ。
No, we are not afraid to die, Padres. And we will never surrender you.
No one should die.
No, but we will be in danger whether you go or stay. So stay. Stay. We will never surrender you.
They'll keep coming back if we stay. They could destroy the entire village and kill you all while we hide.
No.
Yes, we have no choice, Mokichi. It is the only thing to do. This will draw the danger away from you.
We can hide on Kichichiro's island.
My island? No, there is no difference between there and here. They will come to Goto. They will search. Same thing will happen.
仕事出て行ってもろた方がよか。パードルたちに出て行ってもろた方がよか。みんな助かると。
ナンバユーとかパードレたちはデウス様の教えば伝えに来られた。そんご本ば忘れて井上様の拷問の手に引き渡すことはできん。
もただけじゃなかか。パードルたちは今夜ったらこういうことにはならんかったとさ。静かに。パードルたちはわしらが守る。You will stay。あと2人一緒に来てもらうにはならん。Me, Mokichi, and 2 more hostages。だがわしとモキチと共に人質になってゼウス様に報ずる者はおらんか。